Welcome in the Jersey Chasers, guys. Christy and I are back. We're back. It's
I'm on
felt
the
like the
opposite side this
longest. Yes, you are. It's just felt like the longest week we've been off. Has it not?
It does, and that's weird because, like, I think it's the lack of football games.
Yeah, it really
'Cause
is.
well, when you think about it, we usually have Monday Night Football, and then Tuesday and Wednesday we have off. So Tuesday we don't really, we get caught up on our notes from over the weekend, and then Wednesday we do our show, and then we have Thursday Night Football, and then we got Friday, then we got Saturday football all day and Sunday football all day, and like I have hit the non-football seasonal depression already, and
Yeah,
it is real.
it's that lovely, wonderful time of the year when the sports start to get a little scarce because football goes away, basketball starts ramping up, baseball starts coming back. But it's like weird. It's a weird in between. It's not like July where there's that 1 week in July where like no major sport is playing.
That's summertime. You get to go out and have fun during that time and actually spend time with your family. I mean, like, this is granted, like, NASCAR was getting a little heated just a few seconds ago. They used to do this thing called the duels before regular season started. And I don't know what the heck they're calling it now. And they're not even running it in Daytona like they used to anymore. They're running it in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And that's why I'm saying it was starting to get so good because unfortunately weather has hit the track. And right before it did, Juan Pablo Montoya. Oh wait, no, not Juan Pablo Montoya. Why did I say not him? Sorry, my bad. But Bubba Wallace and I can't remember his name now, but he's the Mexican driver that is the only Mexican driver in NASCAR. But they were trading paint right before they were supposed to go green, and then all of a sudden they called the cars back because the weather hit. And I was like, man, I really wanted to see what was going to happen between those two because Bubba Wallace drives for Michael Jordan's team, and I really want to see him do well. He actually did really well last season, finished better than he has in the past. So I look forward to watching him this season. But and NASCAR is not the same as it used to be because they changed the tracks all around. The point system is so different. They don't even race at some of the same tracks anymore. So that's different. But we have the Olympics starting this Friday. And I'm
Yes.
so happy. That is like my saving grace. After the Super Bowl, we will have the Olympics for what, 2 full weeks?
Yes, look, Olympics. No, well, I would say this. I like the Summer Olympics better than the Winter Olympics, but Olympics, no matter what, are great. No, I like the winter ones. I like the summer ones. I like them both. I just like the summer ones a little bit better because I just get way more intense into it. There's so much happening. Like I literally looked at my phone. We're gonna talk about what's going on in the NBA because it's been a crazy time. We're gonna talk about what's going on in pop culture because of course the Grammys were this weekend.
Jeez.
Just so much stuff. We got below deck. But let's start off with the big game, the Super Bowl licks, LIX licks. Going to be in Levi Stadium in San Francisco this Sunday. Going to be broadcast on NBC and Peacock. So if you have NBC or Peacock, you can be able to watch it. We got the NFL honors coming up tomorrow night, ironically enough. And this is also a 2015 rematch of the Super Bowl in which the Patriots won by the hair of their chinny chin chin because Pete Carroll didn't want to give the ball to Beast Mode. They should have won that game. It was right there. It was an open thing, but you wanted to pass it. Also, Bad Bunny recently just, of course, won Album of the Year.
Yep.
And he is going to be the halftime performer. So, Christy, what do you expect from Sunday? Now, I'm going to tell you also this. I tried to do some standard football research.
Yeah.
Standard football research.
What do you mean by standard?
As in, like, just see the matchup, like quarterback stats, like
oh, okay.
defenses. Okay. I found Nothing.
Oh, they're, like, pretty even, aren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
except for the fact that Sam Darnold is a little bit younger and has more experience, um, but he also has only been with his team for 1 year or 1
Mhm.
season, whereas, young buck over there in New England has been with his team now,
For what, 2
and
seasons? Yeah.
yeah, and so I expect to see, I think, another defensive heavy game, just like
Mhm.
we saw, with the, not necessarily weather-wise, because I mean, they're gonna be in LA, um, but when Denver played the Patriots, it was a very defensive game, which I like defensive games. So I think it's going to be very defensive driven. I'm hoping that the Seahawks win. I'm going for NFC. I'm going against my AFC, but that's because nobody likes the Patriots.
Yeah, I too am going to go with the Seahawks, only because I don't want the Patriots to win. I don't need the evil empire getting another Super Bowl. Honestly, it doesn't feel like a Super Bowl to you, does it? Because it doesn't feel like a Super Bowl to me.
I'm not
It feels
really,
really weird.
yeah, I don't feel the hype for it that like normally goes into Super Bowl weekend. Like I said, the non-football seasonal depression has already set in with me. Last Sunday, I had on YouTube TV all day long watching highlights from Super Bowls past. And for some reason, at about 7 p.m., my husband said that I needed to turn it off because I had had enough football on all day.
He really
No,
sometimes men are funny. Honestly, it just has
yeah.
felt like a weird, like, non-Super Bowl, like, anything. Like, it's
I
not
think
really, like,
I think it's
hitting.
because, oh, okay, so there has been so much coaching, switches around the whole league, and me as a Browns fan, and as one of those people that many of you finally opened your ears and listened to, and Autumn as well, about Coach
Mhm,
Monken. He's bringing
mhm.
great coaches from the Ravens with him. I mean, they didn't all follow John Harbaugh.
No, they did not.
There's a reason, and I think I am just so excited about next season. Like, I can't even focus on what's going on right now. Like, I mean, great, I'll watch a football game. Hopefully, it's good. I'm gonna have the kids here, and the grandbabies, so I'm excited about that. I'll probably be paying more attention to them than I will the football game, which would be a first. But yeah, it's I think me, myself, I'm too excited about what's to come. I could care less about
Yeah,
this weekend.
honestly, yeah. So, as of today, all 10 vacancies that were 10 is a lot. 10 is an astronomical amount, by the way. All 10 head coach vacancies have been filled in the NFL. Arizona Cardinals actually hired Mike LaFleur, not Matt, not to be confused with Matt, Mike LaFleur. He was on the Rams staff, and then the Raiders hired Clint Kubiak, who was the Seahawks not head coach, offensive coordinator. But there is a big controversy going on with that whole head coaching search, and that is the fact that we know about the Rooney Rule, right?
Oh, yeah.
The Rooney Rule, which you
Yep,
have
you have to
to.
you have to have 2 in-person interviews with 2 persons of minority.
Yep. Not one coach of minority anything got a job, which a lot of people are like, "How would you not?" There are plenty of very talented offensive coordinators, like offensive staffs. Like I know the one name I've seen, which is this should show you how old I am. Byron Leftwich. I remember when Byron Leftwich was playing with Pittsburgh. I remember
Yeah.
I remember watching him with Pittsburgh
I remember
when Ben
watching them in
would go
college.
out. Yeah. Honestly, just so it's so weird to hear the name Byron Leftwich, but he has been a really good offensive coordinator for years, and he still has not gotten any sort of traction. And I remember when Bruce Arians left Tampa Bay, a lot of people were like, why not just promote him?
Right.
Because they knew that Tom Brady trusted him, that he was actually one of the reasons why he went to Tampa Bay. And they didn't even give him like a call or anything. So the NFL is just such an interesting place because on one hand, you got the drawbacks of people saying, "Oh, this player is like does well, these coaches don't have any experience. This coach is too old." But then you don't want to hire a black head coach or a coach of color. It's just so
Can I
weird.
interrupt right now? Because I have had this conversation with Marcus and the guys on another show. And my thoughts on it would be I can see how great of athletes they are. I can see that they are great coaches as like an offensive coordinator or quarterback coach or, special teams, whatever position. I personally would always give somebody like that the time of day. If they've done an awesome job at their position, why not give them a chance? I
Mhm.
mean, because they know how the position is played. As much as I don't like Dion, he knows how the positions are played. So,
Mhm.
yes, he makes a good coach. I don't think he can coach grown men in the NFL, though. I think he's better off with, younger gentlemen in college. Um, but maybe they're just not interviewing well. But Robert Saleh, is that how you say his last name?
Sala, he's technically a coach of color. I know he's very weird. He's just very white passing. But honestly,
I
for
like
real, he's
when
very
I'm
white
tan.
passing. For real, he just is. I just think that, like, we saw with the whole Brian Flores situation, and of course, how that's come back around to be like Brian Flores clearly was correct about
Right.
Tua. We've seen that for years, and the fact that Mike Tomlin stepped down and instead of again going and saying like, "Well, this one thing worked, let's find," and I still think Mike McCarthy. Just why would you hire Mike McCarthy? There's just so many examples of like what you could do and like the success that black coaches can have. Hell, even the Patriots. You have the fact that they had a black head coach before their current head coach, and he actually did decent, but then he got fired because he was just a one and done. What's going on? Uh-oh. Christy's frozen, guys. Christy's frozen. And I'm just talking. Oh, 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 it's so crazy. StreamYard, I love you so much. But I'm gonna move on to some Browns news. We got head coach Todd Monkenon. He was introduced at a press conference, and I'm gonna play the video real quick because this is crazy. Oh, it's such a crazy day, you guys. Such a crazy day. But I'm gonna play Monkenon's interviews real quick. Please react.
And then the last thing, I mean, they cut a check with my name on it. And you know what they expect? A freaking kick-ass football team. That's what they expect. And you know what they want? They want to become a winning franchise that our fan base in our region is proud of. That's all they've been about, is how you build a winning franchise that consistently competes for championships. And you know what? My job is to prove it every single day, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
That is new Browns head coach Todd Monken. Christy, what happened, man?
I got freaking kicked out. I don't know. You started talking and I didn't hear a word you said. Unfortunately, I got completely kicked out of the studio. Like my computer went completely offline, which is crazy because I have my Ethernet cord plugged into it.
Literally, your face was like this the whole time.
Oh, well, at
Like,
least did I look cute? Like I wasn't like this, was I?
No. It
I can't
froze
do
on a
that because I'll get stuck like that.
it froze on a smile, so it actually worked out really well, and it actually really transitioned into the conversation we had. Like, you want me to replay the video of Todd
Well, no, you
Marketing?
don't have to because I
Okay.
did see it. Obviously not now, but like Pete said, he doesn't see a weakness. He sees passion. This guy, he has the ability now to do what he wanted to do in 2019 when man, I'm starting to really Raul, come on now.
Raul, every show, man, every show.
He's gonna take me off track now. But anyway, Monken now has the ability to do with the team what he wanted to back in 2019 when he had Baker, when he had Odell, when he had Jarvis, when he had Nick. Like, he doesn't have those players now, but he has guys that are younger and that are even more hungry than those guys were, because these guys are now however many years later and they know, they're like, we are going to prove to the NFL that we aren't a joke for once. And I love that this guy gets emotional about his family. I'm glad that he's as close to his family that he is, that he gets that emotional about them, because you know how much I love my family. I start bawling my eyes out every time I talk about my grandbabies. So I'm so excited. I mean, I haven't been this excited about going into a season for like 3 seasons.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I honestly, seeing him get absolutely emotional, I'm like, this is what it's really about. It's about a guy who's passionate about his job. And nobody's saying that Kevin Stefanski wasn't passionate about his job. And there has been an article in cleveland.com that came out that said, like, a lot of the staff and a lot of the people around the Browns are like very much like, towards the end, Kevin really didn't share a lot of himself. He didn't really share a lot of the things that was
Giving
going
up.
on. It kind of was a little giving up. Like, the player said that he was still very much like a constant, really wanted to know about their lives, really wanted to know about them. But the media and like the people around the Browns really was like, he kind of checked out towards the end, which you can kind of tell. You kind of start giving like the atypical like coach answer. But
He knew he was gonna be
honestly, from the video last week of him and Shador and him telling Shador, well, it's great to see you because we wanted you and we tried to get you last time. There's so much good going in with Monken. And I will say this. That is what the Browns need. You do not need a coach that's like all over the place, that just is like, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to be rough and tumble and no. You need a guy who's humble. You need a guy who just loves what he does. And you could tell Tom Monken does what he loves. And he's been with the franchise before. So it's not like you don't have anybody coming in. And it's not a Rob Chadinsky situation. I want you guys to understand. This is not that. It's not that. It's not that at all.
No, I'm excited about this. This is going to be great. Like you said, he's not a stranger to the facilities. He's not a stranger to the people that are still working there, because a lot of behind the scenes people are still there because they're not going to leave. You work for the Browns. I mean, if I worked in the Browns facility doing whatever, cleaning toilets, I'm not going to leave that job. I'm going to die doing that job because I love my Browns, and that's going to get me closer to them. And I'm just, like I said, he is going to be able to do with them what he wanted to do in 2019 that Freddie Kitchens hindered him from. And damn that man, because we could have had a championship 7 years ago.
The Browns could have went all the way.
Yeah.
The year that the Kansas City Chiefs knocked them out the playoffs.
Yes.
They actually were that good. They could have won all the way that year.
Yeah, when Higgins got knocked out in the end zone. Yeah, that was stolen from us.
That Browns team was so immensely talented, and they had all the momentum in the world. And that game kind of shifted the whole trajectory of Baker Mayfield, of that offense at the time. That offense was clicking.
Yeah.
And all of that happened, and they tried to go for it. They really tried to sustain it. They really haven't been able to sustain it well. We saw this season, like I said, I I talked about it on another show on the network about how people were like the Browns are trying to lose, and I'm like, no, I watched them play football. They're not trying to lose. They just didn't have enough. So again, once again, we're about to have a long off season because
Yeah. We're
camp
too
isn't
excited.
for yeah, camp isn't until April, and that's rookie camp. And
Mhm.
then you'll have, your OTAs and your mini camps around that same time too. And then you really don't start getting until July. So we have a good 5 months to really
Well,
like.
and also you got to remember Christmas Eve night is the longest night of the year for little kids because they are so excited about Christmas Day. Raul, stop it. My train's gonna crash. So this off season, I mean, yes, granted, we have the draft and we're gonna have, free agency going on to hold us over a little bit, but it's gonna be the longest night.
Yeah, this is about to be a crazy year. Again, we had 10, count that, 10 head coach changes in the NFL.
Yep.
Coaches and positions that haven't been changed in almost 20 years. So we're about to really see we're coming into a brand new NFL really essentially this season. There's a lot of change that's happened. But we got to get to the biggest biggest league right now, and that is the NBA. The NBA, Lord have mercy. It is trade deadline time, and if you do not know what the NBA trade deadline is, it's not like the football trade deadline. It's not like the MLB trade deadline where you'll get like some veterans here and there. You really won't get a lot of big names. The NBA literally told everybody, "Hold my beer." So I'm about to tell you all of these trades. So
Oh,
Saturday.
but I have some trade news, and I'm
Mhm.
sure you're going to talk about him. So, can I interject my trade news real quick with basketball?
Yes.
So I heard, and of course, more Cleveland news. James Harden got traded to Cleveland, which
Mhm.
kind of excited about. He's a great basketball player, but I heard he also did not want to be traded. And when you hear stuff like that, it's hard not to think that what follows, I don't want to be traded, especially to Cleveland, follows.
Yeah, I've literally been hearing that my entire life. If nobody wants to play in Cleveland, especially in the NBA, who wants to play in Cleveland? Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, it was, but no, that's not what happened. So we kind of have to go back to September with the whole James Harden thing. So James Harden, like not last year, but the year before, gets traded to the Clippers. He was with Daryl Morey in Philly. He wanted out of Philly because Philly was not doing so hot. He kind of saw the writings on the wall. And James Harden does that. If he kind of sees the writing on the wall, he's like, yeah, I'm out of here.
Mhm.
So he gets traded to the Clippers for little to nothing. Over the last couple of years, they've actually done pretty well. Last year, they were one of those teams that were kind of on the cusp of like, if they made some right moves, they would get into the NBA Finals. But they lose in the playoffs to the eventual champion. This past offseason, the Clippers have had one of the worst off seasons and one of the worst runs of PR I've ever seen in basketball in a very long time. So they get caught in a scandal in which their star player Kawhi Leonard, it was essentially they committed basketball fraud. They didn't commit actual fraud; they committed basketball fraud, which means it's fraud in basketball terms, but not in like real life. So everybody found out they circumvented the salary cap by having a foundation pay Kawhi Leonard the difference that he would have gotten paid. Again, not real fraud, but basketball fraud. So they've had that whole scandal going on for months now. Then you have the whole Chris Paul of it all. Of Chris Paul was their star player many, many years ago, comes back, announces that he's going to retire this season. Just a couple weeks after it's announced that he's retiring this season, he gets released from the team. All these stories come out talking about how he had his box at SoFi. They didn't want to come to his box at SoFi. He had a whole Halloween party and no one showed up. He the team said that they wanted to be serious, and he said okay, and they stopped talking to him, and it just have had a bad run.
So it was the reverse of not getting invited to the birthday party as a little kid. Everybody got invited to the birthday party but him.
Essentially, yeah.
Because he's old.
So, yeah. So early, I'm going to say yesterday. So I'm going to say early yesterday, it was some rumors that came out that James Harden wanted to be traded and he was going to be put on the chopping block. Well, then it came out also right before he got traded that he was like, no, that's not true. I didn't ask to be traded. And people were like, why would you want to be traded? Your team has won 16 of the last 20. They literally won 16-4. So a lot of people think that the NBA is about to really hand down some harsh punishment on the Clippers for this whole aspiration drama, because also at the same time, Kawhi Leonard didn't get picked to go to the All-Star game, but then he got picked yesterday. It's very confusing, but that's not even so. The Cavs actually started their trade stuff Saturday. So they traded DeAndre Hunter, who there have been rumblings that he wanted out of the city because he didn't feel like he was getting fair playing time and just some different issues going on with the offensive season. And he wasn't really performing. So he gets traded to Sacramento for Dennis Schroeder, who is a very good guard, and Keon Ellis. So Cavs get those two players. Then yesterday, all of the rumors start coming about who's getting traded for who. So the Cavs traded Darius Garland for James Harden, and it comes out that the reason why it came out today that the Cavs didn't necessarily feel like Darius Garland was protecting his body, because if you don't know this, Darius Garland has been out several times over the last few years with very serious injuries. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, no, that's not what happened. Darius Garland clearly plays hard enough to know that his body was fragile, but things happen. It always happens in the NBA, and players have been getting injured at a fast rate. So then he came out today, released his whole like love you Cleveland statement, and James Harden really hasn't said anything, but it's very clear that the Cavs are in a win now mode. Now, right before we came on air, the Cavs also traded Lonzo Ball, who they got from Chicago in a trade for Isaac Okoro. And a lot of people are like, why are the Cavs trading all these young pieces? Again, it's sort of a win now. They literally were the number one seed in the conference last season, you guys. I promise. So that leads to the other conversation, which is the LeBron conversation. So LeBron, we talked about it a little bit on the show last week. His last game in Cleveland was this time last week. He got very emotional. And again, things always break right before we go on the show. There was a conversation right before not a conversation. There are reports that LeBron in this last season of free agency, well, this last year of free agency, that LeBron is very much thinking about coming back to Cleveland. And now people are like, well, this is, if the Cavs don't do anything this season, this is the move. Bring LeBron in, and you're going to have like still a pretty talented basketball player. You're going to have James Harden. You're going to have all, and I'm just like, guys, calm down. Just calm down. Breathe.
But LeBron could be coming home. I mean, you got to hold your breath when that's going on. Cause if he comes home again, I don't see another championship coming out of it.
I'm
glad they got rid of Lonzo Ball though. That makes me so happy.
As someone who watched the Cavs play this season, I genuinely think that they needed to change some things on the roster. Look, I love Darius Garland. I do. I think he is a great player. I watched the Cavs when they were dog poo-poo. I watched them. I had to sit through games where they were losing by 30. I watched it all. And I'm going to say this. He did what he needed to do, but he was not consistent enough.
Yeah.
When he's good, he's good. But when he's not hitting, he ain't hitting. He's a two-time All-Star. He's gonna do great. He's gonna do great things in LA with the right coaches. But it's the Clippers. You never know what can happen. And he also joins his dad as one of the only two people to actually play father and son for the same franchise at different times. And that's Doc and Austin Rivers also play for the Clippers, which is kind of crazy. Again, crazy. But again, like that's not even the craziest trade news that came out. So Jaren Jackson Jr., he plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. He got traded in a 8-player deal to Utah.
Oh, okay.
An 8-player deal to Utah. Utah also traded Mike Conley and some other players to Chicago. The Wizards, Jesus Christ. Let me tell you what the Wizards did. The Wizards traded for Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, and D'Angelo Russell and Dante Exum to the Wizards, and Dallas picked up Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley III, and 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks.
Wow. That's a haul.
I don't know what's going on. Like, all these teams are trading guys. Like, this is just like, when I tell you the NBA trade deadline is not like a trade deadline like any other. Genuinely, it's one of those trade deadlines where you're just like, you know what?
Just start.
I don't even know I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. And yes, Nate is correct. They literally traded Luka for a bag of chips and Chris Middleton. For real.
Aw, poor Luka.
Nico Harris is going to go down as one of the worst NBA GMs, because why would you trade Luka Doncic? That's still to me, it just doesn't make any sense. Not only did you trade
maybe
Luka Doncic,
he's not meshing with the rest of the team. Something obvious. I mean,
no, it was honestly because of his ego. Like, Nico Harris had a big ego, but again, the NBA trade deadline does not end until tomorrow at 3. So tomorrow at 3:00 is when all of this will end. And when I say this is still going to get crazier, because you have Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's still on the board. You have John Morant still on the board. You have so many players that are still out there that people might trade. And it's just like, these names shouldn't be on the trade, like, chopping block. Like, Giannis Antetokounmpo should not be traded. Like, he is a franchise player. Why are you trading franchise players? Like, what is wrong? What's going on?
Maybe the NBA is going through their own identity crisis.
They really are.
And I think that's like what happened with all the NFL coaches. So, they went through an identity crisis. The NBA is going through an identity crisis.
There's just so much happening. But yeah, no, the Cavs have traded away technically 3 players. Again, DeAndre Hunter, Darius Garland, Lonzo Ball, all 3 have been traded. In that turn, they've gotten Keon. They've gotten 3 players.
So happy.
And they've gotten 3 players back, which actually 3 players significantly make them better, because the Cavs need offense and they not on defense. James Harden will never play defense a day to save his life. And people didn't think he was going to come to Cleveland because they thought he was going to go to Atlanta, because Atlanta was also in the mix. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's never going to Atlanta. He does not want to be a part of a rebuild. He wants to be a part of a team that wants to win. Just and too Cleveland much is going on.
Cleveland is that team, huh? Okay.
Yeah, Cleveland is that team. They came into the season with high hopes, high expectations, but injuries early has really kind of hurt them.
Him playing with LeBron?
Unfortunately, I can. Unfortunately, not only can I see him playing with LeBron, but I can also see him finally getting that coveted championship that he wants. Like, James Harden, that is the one thing missing from his legacy, is that championship. And because his legacy will be forever tarnished, because everywhere he goes, he wants out. So it's not really a Lord have mercy. Why? This is the second time this has happened to me today.
Hey, he wants to take you to a basketball game. Why not?
Yeah, it's just the NBA is just nuts. They're just nuts. Let's move on. Let's move on to some other sports news. I'm gonna stay in basketball a little bit. The Chicago Sky owner is caught up in a lawsuit. One of his minority owners is suing him because he lied about profit margins and essentially valued the team higher than what it was. I'm not saying that's a no. Don't
Yes.
don't do this.
It's a
I'm not
maybe.
saying that's a no.
We'll
Not
talk
saying
later.
that's a no. But they're caught up in a big scandal right now, and nobody's covering it for some reason. When I was trying to like look up more information to see like
Oh,
what's
they're
going
burying it,
on,
huh?
like there's no information. Nobody's covering it. Jesus Christ, what is going on? Why? Why? But in terms of the WNBA, that's not the only thing that's happening. The players met with the WNBA. Why am I like stumbling over my words? I'm well spoken, you guys.
I love this.
I'm well spoken, okay?
You're so adorable.
I'm well spoken, guys. I am. But the WNBA and the players met to negotiate more of their CBA. The WNBA, I don't know what is going on with them, but if you want to negotiate with your players, do not release the schedule already, and you don't. Don't release the schedule, and you don't have a clear and definite CBA. Don't show up to the meeting and you have nothing. Stop laughing, Christy.
I can't help it. I'm sweating. I love this so much.
Now you think I feel I'm sweating.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Sorry.
All right.
Not the first time I've been hit on air, like at all. It's not.
I love this. I'm living vicariously through you.
Oh Lord. But yeah, no, the WNBA is kind of in shambles right now, but Unrivaled. Let me tell you, Unrivaled. Yes. 20,000 fans in Philly on a Friday night on a non-WNBA game, and a player scores 47. 27 of those points coming in the first quarter.
Nice. Yes.
Just beautiful. Just beautiful. We love it. We love it. We and Christy actually talked about this next thing. The Olympics start tomorrow.
Yippee!
Opening ceremonies are this weekend. The Olympics start. The Olympics are amazing. Everybody needs to watch. One of the most anticipated events I'm waiting on is the figure skating. If you don't know, Olympics figure skating somehow is the most single competitive thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've ever seen, the most controversies I've ever seen. Literally, somebody took a pipe to somebody's knee.
I was talking about that.
Yeah, because of that.
And Tanya Harding. Were you around for that?
I was a baby.
Oh, it was amazing during that time. Like, I loved figure skating. And I used to put on my roller skates and go down in my basement and perform to all my stuffed animals, like pretending like I was ice skating. And so yeah, I loved Nancy Kerrigan. She actually looked like one of my mom's cousins. And so for that to happen as a little girl that grew up thinking I'll never be an ice skater, but I can pretend really well, that was like devastating for me at that time. It was crazy. Like, it was nuts.
Again, that's not even the. Please, I'm begging.
I didn't put it up.
I'm begging.
Well, now we have to.
I'm begging. Oh my God. What do I do to men? What's going on? Like,
evidently,
you guys want to explain what do I do?
Some sort of way. So evidently,
I am very shy. I'm gonna admit that I'm very shy. I don't do well around people. Okay, I gotta do something. I've heard that before too. But no, yes, Nancy and Tanya is liked compared to what I'm about to tell you about. So, do you want to know? Do you know why Russia can't compete in the Olympics?
Yes.
because of doping, right?
Oh, yeah, they do too many drugs, steroids.
Yeah. So last Olympic cycle. So the 2022. Now, mind you, also the Winter Olympics last time, because of how close it was to the Summer Olympics, because of course, if you guys don't know what happened, there was a full global pandemic, right? Everything shut down. There was no sports, no nothing. So because there was no sports and you couldn't travel outside of your respective countries, the Olympics got canceled and got moved to the next year.
Right. So they were like
So
2 years apart instead of the 4 years like they normally are.
they weren't even 2 years apart. They
Yes.
were 6 months apart.
Really wasn't?
Yes, they were 6 months apart.
Man, I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah. So the Summer Olympics, instead of being in 2020, was in 2021. It was in the summer of 2021. Then 6 months later, you had the actual planned Olympics in 2022. And because they were so close together, and it was a time where people weren't really like, they were watching, but not really watching. And it was just kind of like fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't watch. Well, it's been now 4 years. So a lot of people are watching. But the Russian skating program last time, I'm not going to answer that because every time I answer that, I get emotional. My basketball goat is LeBron, but that's because me and LeBron have had a very up and down relationship. Anyway, Russia got caught doping. This was at a time when Russia had first got caught doping, but they still had people participating in the Olympics. It was actually before they got banned. So they had 3 figure skaters competing in the Olympics, and one of them got caught, and she was the youngest one. She was like 15. And she claimed that what happened was she had taken like heart medication, or it was like a family member explained like she'd taken heart medication.
Yeah, she was actually taking something for something that was wrong with her. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
And so she got caught doping. Stop looking at the comments. Stop looking at the comments. I know you looking at
my
the
husband's
comments.
a jeweler, Nate. My husband is a jeweler, so just saying.
Anyway, let me continue this because I gotta get through this. So she gets caught. 2 of her other teammates are also in the same, they have the same coaches and everything, and everybody's expected to go 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. One of them cries because she doesn't make, she gets silver instead of gold. Like, it was nuts.
So dramatic.
Olympics. So dramatic. Well, since Russia is not going to be competing, a lot of Russians have actually gone to other countries that are now like
so that they can compete under their
yeah. But I'm anticipating it because you have Alyssa Liu, who also went to the last Olympics. Now, mind you, Alyssa Liu is like 18 years old, 18 or 19. Yeah. She is young. She retired in between this Olympics, last Olympics, and came back. She fully retired. So she's back. You have Amber Glenn. Amber Glenn is literally the reigning. So Alyssa Liu is the reigning world champion. Amber Glenn is the reigning national champion. So you have them two. Then you have, of course, a skater who's never lost a competition as well. Like, there's just so much going on in the Olympics this year, and I'm so excited. I'm also excited to see curling because I love curling, and I think it's the most ridiculous sport out there, and it's so funny. It is so funny.
Curling was actually on earlier on Peacock.
Yes, and I saw that the lights went out. And of course, everybody is going to talk about hockey because it's the first time since 2014 that hockey players have been allowed to compete. NHL hockey players have been allowed to compete in the Olympic Games. So a lot of people are excited about that, but they're also nervous because Milan just finished the hockey arena.
Well, hey, if
literally
the
just
Lightning can play a hockey game in the Buccaneers football stadium, being led out by Baker Mayfield, all dressed in the orange creamsicle football jerseys. I didn't get to see any of the hockey game, which kind of disappointed me. I got to see everything that led up to it, and I got to see some bull that was going on the side between like the mascots, but I didn't actually get to see any of the hockey game yet. So I'm actually going to probably try to watch some of that tomorrow during the day because I think it's so interesting when they do that. I know that Ohio State played that team up north in the Browns stadium, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what Chrissy's talking about is hockey has the Winter Classics. So I know Columbus has played at Progressive Field. They've also played at Brown Stadium. They've also played at Ohio Stadium as well. This year they've done them in Florida. I'm sorry, Christy. I hate it. I hate it. I truly hate it. I think
Like
it's
I said, I need to see it. I haven't seen it yet,
oh,
but
I
like
hate it. The
I saw
one
the
that they
prep for the stadium, and at least it was cold enough for the ice to stay frozen this year.
the Winter Classic that was in Miami. Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so terrible because
Well,
it's like,
it's Miami.
why is this in Miami? Because and of course we know because the Panthers, reigning 2-time champions, it was like it's just no hockey's
The
meant to be
stadium is even in Miami. It is so far
no
outside of it is. You're coming through 70 like from here when we're driving.
75.
Yep, on 75. So you
Mhm.
can actually come all the way down, go past me, and cross the Alligator Alley to Miami. And before you get anywhere near Miami, because Miami's so much farther south still, it's literally right there off 75.
Yeah.
Like it's even before you get to the Sawgrass shopping mall. Aw, good night, Nate. He's gonna miss us talking about all of our pop culture stuff, which we need to get a move on.
Yes. But no, yeah, no. So that happened. More basketball stuff. Bryce James, ironically enough to mention LeBron, Bryce James announced that he is redshirting his freshman year. And then we have the Australian Open. Rybyanka and Alcaraz won the Australian Open. Rybyanka for the women, Alcaraz for the men. He beat Novak Djokovic. Let me tell you right now, every time that demon loses, I love it. I love it. Genuinely despise. There's no human
Their
in
angel gets
in
their
tennis
wings.
that I despise. Literally, just he's terrible. He's a demon on earth. But
She can't say goodnight,
Rybyanka,
Nate. She doesn't want to. It makes her too sad.
come on, man. But Rybyanka beat Sabalenka, and Sabalenka has now lost, I'm pretty sure, like 4 straight Grand Slam finals, which also makes me happy because she is a sore loser. And I hope all the women keep beating her. She's a sore loser. I don't understand why she's number 1. She can't literally win the big.
She ain't winning.
She ain't winning. And also she played a battle of the sexes match, not even against the best men's tennis player in the world, against Nick Kyrgios, which if you guys don't know, he's interesting. But she played against a man in Saudi Arabia, also crazy. And then on a shortened court and still lost and had the nerve to say, "Oh, it's a great day." Girl, what are you doing? I hate battle of the sexes matches. I think
Because
it's
she makes
stupid.
so much money. It's a great day.
It's just so dumb. It's just one of those things. It's like, why does this even exist? But we're gonna end our sports news on one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life. I saw it on Saturday and I was like, this is not real. This can't be real.
Oh, is it the skiing one?
Sergio! Wow! That is going to make the rounds on social media. That's like a cartoon. Oh my goodness gracious. It is a toupee. And he just took it off.
Oh my god. I didn't see that part.
Yeah,
I missed the part where he took it off afterwards.
He got his toupee knocked off.
Yeah.
And won the boxing match.
Well, hey, he flipped his lid.
Also, he went on a show, a national syndicated show called The Breakfast Club, and
I love the
he revealed that he paid $700 for that unit to fall off. Yes, $700. He said his barber charged him $700. Also, the barber is messy. I saw his TikTok video after the match installing the unit, and I'm like, you damn well
barber did
know.
that shit on purpose, right? He set him up.
You damn hell, let me tell you right now, those man units. By the way, I will never ever shit on a man who wears man unit ever. Look, I wear extensions. I know the feeling of pain where you want your hair to look a certain way. I don't hate on men with man units. I think it's funny when they look bad, but I don't hate on them. Okay?
Hey, to each their own.
700. Yes. I've
He's
seen enough man units to be installed to know that you had to have on purpose not glued that thing down.
but you can
On
see the
purpose.
blue line.
Like it's just so like the
Or
glue
or
line.
is that the chalk line?
No, so they do a chalk line.
Yeah.
And then the glue
Mhm.
goes in the middle of the chalk
Mhm.
line. And then you have to dry it, like you have to like carefully put it on. You have to dry it and
Right.
everything, and then you style it.
There was no
You
glue in the
the
middle. There was none.
that which is virtually impossible. Which is virtually impossible.
No, he just did around. Like, it was bad.
It's just it was all bad. That made my
Hey,
night
at least
though.
he won. At least he won.
Yeah, at least he won. Look, if he would have lost, he would have been. When I say this man would have never been able to go outside of his home.
Oh no.
If he would have lost, it would have been one of the worst things ever. But he won. So because he won, now he can kind of laugh at himself, like, "Ha! Remember when my wig got knocked off?
Right.
Great for
And
you.
take that bag and get some implants if he wants.
Yeah, go get some hair plugs. Go to Turkey. But you got to go to a certain doctor in Turkey. You can't go to whoever did Justin Bieber's.
Yeah.
No.
Watch Botched. And
Yeah,
don't go
watch
further.
Botched. But let's move on.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's move
But
on.
let's talk about our
Some pop
our
culture
other-
news.
yeah. Wow.
There's so much
Where
that's
are you gonna
happening.
start?
So it's award season. It's award season.
Why
I'm
can't we just
sorry,
talk
Christy.
this?
I'm sorry. We're gonna get to Below Deck. But it is award season. The Grammys was this Sunday.
Mhm.
Bad Bunny won the big prize. He won Album of the Year. If you never listened to Bad Bunny's album, please listen to his album. It is fantastic. I bump that album all the time. It is great.
How many of the words do you understand?
I took Spanish for 5 years, so I understand like every third word.
Every third word. Okay.
Every third word. I understand the context of it, but I also haven't spoken in a really long time, so I would have to get a refresh. But like I love Bad Bunny's music. Now, because of the Super Bowl halftime show, everybody's like, okay, who's he's gonna bring out? Because we don't know. He really like Bad Bunny was an artist in Puerto Rico. He was really brought into the mainstream by Cardi B. Cardi B's baby daddy, Stephon Diggs, is playing in the Super Bowl. So we know she's going to be there for Stephon Diggs, but everybody's like, he's definitely going to bring her out because every time he's done something big, he has brought her out and she hasn't really denied anything.
I heard Vanilla Ice is going to be there.
I don't need to see Rob Winkle. Rob Winkle needs to go home. Go home, Rob. Go home, Rob Winkle. Okay?
That's Rob Van Winkle.
Rob Van Winkle. Rob, go home. Okay?
He needs to get back over into Fort Lauderdale and keep doing some remodels.
Yeah. Go do some remodels, okay?
With his twisted
But yes. But there's so much that we got to talk about. So let's start with this. Now, it was announced last week that the Love is Blind season is going to be in Ohio. We already got a controversy where one of the male contestants has been accused of sexual assault by 3 different women.
Mm-hmm.
One shared her story on her platform months ago. So this actually happened after the show. This did not happen during the show. It didn't happen before the show. It happened after the show. The first woman came out. 2 other women have since come out and been like, yeah, he did it to me. I'm not going to go into the details of what he did. He's a despicable human being. I hope that he gets cut out of the show. A lot of people don't think he's going to be cut out of the show. I've heard some rumblings that he's going to be featured in the pod episodes, which, y'all, I'm sorry. The pod episodes are fucking terrible. They are terrible. They're the worst part of the show.
So long. I mean, like, I like the gist of some of it. And like seeing Sparkle Megan trying to have pod sex was hilarious. because she's going to do just everything to Patrick. Everything. She's
No, that was Casey. That was Casey. Remember?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Casey.
That was Casey. But yeah, so he apparently is going to just be featured in the pod episodes. He's not really a part of the bigger episodes. Now, I know everybody's asking, Autumn, do you know anybody on the season? No, I do not. I've not been personally victimized by any of the men on this season. I'm so happy. There have been a lot of people that I think his name is Victor. A lot of them are like, Victor was my professor in college. Like, it's very, like, I've seen a lot of those posts, but yes, I've been marked safe from knowing anyone in the Love is Blind class. This is great. But I did kind of fib a little bit. I don't know anybody, but I know someone who knows someone who knows someone on the cast, and reportedly there are marriages this season. So we will have a season with marriages, you guys.
Oh, but will they make it to the reunion?
Maybe not. But I know for this season, we will have weddings. It won't be like last season when we had 2 weddings. And both people said no. And then we didn't even get to Megan and Jordan because they broke up.
Yeah.
By the end.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to sparkle Megan. I meant Casey. They both look alike. I mean,
that Denver cast.
Can we get into some other people that look a lot alike? We were discussing Love Island All-Stars.
Let me just talk about it, Christy. Can we talk about it?
Helena's still there. I don't know why.
Hide away, Helena. Come on. Come on.
Her and Jess is no longer there, but her, Jess, Millie, and
Belle.
Lucinda. No, and Lucinda. All 4 of those girls, the 4 blondes.
They look so much alike, right?
The only way so if you take Helena out of it,
hide away, Helena.
Her eyes, they are big. She's adorable, and I'll tell you what, she's got a killer freaking body. I have not seen like 1 ounce of fat on that woman. Like, her body is just killer. They did a bikini shot of her, and I was just like, ugh. Anyway, take her out of it, but the rest of the 3 blondes, like, the only way you could tell the difference between those 3 is their lipstick and how dark their eyebrows are. Because Lucinda does less eyebrows and less lipstick. And then Millie's is a little bit more. And then when you get to Jess, she was the worst out of all of them. I swear her lips came all the way up to the bottom of her nose with her liner. And her big old slapped on eyebrows. I mean, too much contouring, ladies.
Y'all, I'm gonna just explain, because let me tell you right now, this season of Love Island All Stars is iconic. First of all, Curtis is back. Why are you back, Curtis? Curtis, get off my screen. I don't need you there. He was on last season. He come in ballroom dancing like he always do. Go somewhere, Curtis.
But he fell in love awfully fast too, and
he always does that. He did that on his own season too. He did that. He fell in love. Yes, he fell in love with Maura. Him and Maura dated. Like Curtis, get away. Go somewhere. I'm done with you. Okay.
All right.
You have Scott absolutely clocking hell out of Sean. My favorite part. I didn't like Sean on his season either. Sean was an absolute terrorist to Mimi on his season, and he was kissing the Joey Essex ass. Like, that man was terrible. All of the women, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I told you this in text message form. So I learned it wasn't this season, it was the season before. Because everybody was like, why do these girls all look old as hell?
And we
all
talked about
22, 24. I learned in the UK, so in the US, if you get like Botox or filler or anything, you have to go to like a medical professional.
You're supposed to anyway. Yeah.
You're supposed to. Anybody I know that gets filler or Botox or anything, they go to a med spa, they go to people, like they go to doctors to get it done. In the UK, they do not do that. they have access to filler. They just have access. So you can go to somebody's house and somebody can put filler in your face
Probably
and they
have
charge
filler
you.
parties.
They do. They
Yeah,
do.
just like tattoo parties.
So because they do that, all their filler is like put in terrible places. It's migrating because their faces like shouldn't have it. They
Because
just
they're so
look
young.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're not getting it done by professionals. They're just getting it done by people that they know. And they're
they're
charging
not,
like $100.
yeah, and they're not going to age well. And sorry, but like 48 years old. Hello. Like, and the worst part, I used to be a smoker. I started smoking cigarettes when I was 18. I quit when I was 36. So it'll be 12 years, actually, like in a couple months. So yay me. But I don't have any Botox. I don't have any filler. Like I barely have any makeup on right now. These girls, and it's not just the ones over there in the UK, because even the girls here in America are getting filler done, and they're doing it at such a young
Just
age.
stop.
And
Yeah, we had Vanna on this past season.
yeah,
I know a beauty lab and laser face when I see it. Okay, I know a Heather Gay beauty lab and laser face when I see it. Jen
right?
Shaw was a beauty lab and laser face.
Oh
But
yeah,
let me tell you right now, I saw. So have you caught up?
oh yeah, I'm caught
With,
up.
okay. So
Oh
did
yeah,
you see? So did you see the recoupling?
I saw the USA came in.
Okay. So yes. So first of all, I love that twist. I love the twist of having a separate villa, and it's because it's kind
Oh,
of
like
like Casa Amor,
right.
because they don't really do Casa Amor in All Stars, which I think that like you're like selling yourself short. But I'm gonna spoil it a little bit because I was watching a little bit before I came in, because if you don't know, the UK is 5 hours ahead of us, so the episode has already been released in the UK.
Oh
The
dang.
recoupling is crazy.
Oh
The
really?
recoupling is nuts.
Because
Just
I
know
saw
that.
the pop off earlier. Well, I guess from yesterday, um,
Mhm.
about not Sammy, but Belle was
Mhm.
super, super upset. And she was taking it
Rightfully
out
so,
on Lucinda,
which she
which,
should.
yeah, girl. But you know what? Okay, I'm old school. Nobody was a girl's girl back in my day. Like everybody was out for themselves. Um, and when I watch a show like this, are you there to make friends? Or are you there to find the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with?
Honestly, in Love Island, it's kind of a bloodbath. Everybody's kind of there for themselves. So it
As it should be. It's supposed to
everybody
be.
in yeah, everybody. Lucinda is a rage baiter. Lucinda just does stuff because she wants to. She don't even need to be on this season. She won
Yeah.
$125,000. Like she's just doing it just because she wants to. But once you see this next episode, ooh, there's one person that he gonna need to check his ego.
Oh,
But let's get to the
yeah.
big thing. Below Deck Down Under finally premiered, and we finally got to see
The
what
house.
them Real Housewives of Salt Lake City really did. So we saw the housewives' point of view. They were crazy on their point of view. The
Yeah.
Below Deck point of view, oh my God.
Yeah.
What is wrong with them? Like something is mentally wrong with those women that I'm like, yo, they make great television, but you're terrible people.
Yeah. So when we watched the housewives version of it, we saw Brittany get one glass of water thrown on her at the first dinner, and it was supposedly because she was not allowed to say Jared's name anymore. They said every time that she said his name that she was going to get water splashed at her. First they were just splashing her with water, then they were taking full glasses, and somehow a whole entire glass got thrown and broken under the table. And you're on a yacht. You're not supposed to wear shoes. So now you have broken glass underneath a table where you're not wearing any shoes. And the way that these women were ordering these poor kids around I cannot wait to see next week's episode because I know that they had just gotten started with it.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the yacht is short staffed. One Stu, because she found out some family member, her grandfather, wasn't doing so well, so she was leaving. Luckily, they have Naked Mike. I'm gonna call him Naked Mike because his name is Mike, and he's from Dating Naked in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Naked Mike is going to be a Stu plus deckhand, which I think he's going to be more Stu now, but I think he's the perfect guy to be part Stu. If there's ever to be a guy to be part Stu.
Yeah. So, Naked Mike. We're gonna call it that. Naked Mike. He is a deck stew.
Yes.
So a deck stew is a deckhand and a stewardess. They've been doing that a lot. So also to give you some background, this season of Down Under, they're on the same boat that they were on last season, literally the exact same boat that they were on last season.
Mhm.
They're not in the Seychelles, no. They're in a
No, they're in the Caribbean.
Yeah, they're in the Caribbean. So it's the same boat, just on the opposite side. So the Seychelles is Africa, the Caribbean is like a little bit further away, which I'm also still confused on how it took them so long to get there. Like,
how it took who so long to get where?
Salt Lake City. Like they've talked about how long they were on the plane or how long they were on the flight. I'm like, damn, it took y'all a long ass time to get there.
Because they had to take a puddle jumper from a main island to get to the island where they picked up the yacht. So that was probably like a 3 to 4 hour flight. And then from Miami to Utah.
That's crazy.
Miami to Utah. Okay, so I've gone from here to Vegas before, and it's 6 hours, I think. So Miami to Utah, it's got to be at least 6 hours.
Yeah, it's that but just let's just so you have that. So you bringing back Chef Ben. Ben is a hot ass mess. He was a hot ass mess when he first got on the show. You bring in Joao.
Man, I had so much hope for him and Serena last season. Like,
oh my god, Joao just sucks. I'm sorry, he does.
Things were going to be good with them, and then I can't remember what happened, but I was like, oh, hope I never see him again.
Yeah, Joao's just
Harry though.
I know. I'm sad that Harry's not on this season. And then you have Daisy, who was on Below Deck Sailing Yacht. I told you guys, Below Deck Sailing Yacht is one of the funniest shows on there. There's an episode. Daisy
flying off the walls and everything because it's a sailboat. Sailboats don't stay upright.
Man, Daisy they did her dirty. They did her dirty on that show. And she's one of the best stewardess, like chief stews in the franchise. I will say this, Daisy goes above and beyond for people. She will talk shit about you, but she will go above and beyond. But yeah, they have an all-star crew, and so far, again, this is their first charter.
Yeah.
If we literally, like when we saw the Housewives, they were like halfway through their season when they got to this trip. We thinking that they probably have been on several charters. No, this was their first charter.
Yeah.
Nuts. And they did just so well. But I'm excited to see what the next because that trip was 3 days technically. So we got 2 more episodes of it.
At least.
Well, at least. Let's get to the other thing that happened. I know you saw what happened on this show.
Oh. Yes, a housewife got sent home.
Yes.
And she just so happened to be a traitor.
Yes. If you watch The Traitors, please just turn off the podcast for just a short moment. We're going to talk about what happened. So there was a murder in plain sight on The Traitors. Again, this is a game of mafia, you guys. It is a game of Clue, of who done it. That's literally what this game is. Just elevated. There was a murder. Yum Yums was murdered. And in a fit of being dragged away from the table, he goes, Lisa did it. She kissed me. Which is not actually what happened. That's not how he died.
Nope.
He completely denied something, but he was like, it was Lisa. She did it. She did it. And a lot of people had a lot of issues with it because usually when you get murdered, you're not allowed to say who did it. You're not allowed to say which traitor it was. But a lot of people were like, why was Yam Yams allowed to talk so much? Why was he allowed to say Lisa did it?
Because it was just a guess. He didn't know for sure.
Yeah, he didn't know for sure. And again, they don't know who the traitors are. But the faithfuls got closer to finding out who the traitors are because Lisa Rinna was sent home and she, of course, said she was a big old traitor. Again, how did y'all not know? How did y'all not know?
Yeah.
So I think with Lisa going home, I don't think Candace and Rob are going to be the only two traitors left standing.
No, they're going to add someone. They're going to add someone, and they need to add somebody just to like break the tension between those two right now because, of course, Candace is super pissed. She doesn't understand Rob's point of view, and he's like, it's a game, and like, unfortunately, he said that on social when it replayed. He commented because she started complaining again. And he's like, it's literally a game. And then she got mad at him for gaslighting her.
Yeah, so she went on Watch What Happens Live and she revealed, she said the reason why she was so pissed at him, she said because Rob would be at these round tables and she was like, he would be really, really mute. He wouldn't talk, he wouldn't say anything. But then when I think it was Ron was eliminated, she was like, he gave a State of the Union address. He talked so much. And then that's when, of course, he voted. So if you guys don't understand why Candace is mad, Rob voted for Lisa at the last round table when Ron was eliminated.
Right.
Lisa is a fellow traitor, and Rob is like, hey, I voted for her, so it would get the scent off of me because it would look suspicious if I voted for Colton.
Right, because they're buddies.
Or Ron.
Because they were buddies. Yeah.
Right? It looks suspicious.
Yeah, it would. And
so
but Candace and Lisa weren't thinking about him at the time. Of course, they're thinking about Lisa and not the fact that a traitor could be, outed. And, granted, yeah, Rob took all the heat off of him and put it on to Lisa. But I mean, that's traitors, and that's just what happens. I would love it if Tara Lipinski became a traitor.
I told you, I want one person to become a traitor because I know he would do well. And I know he would go all the way. And that is Eric Nam. I need Eric Nam to be a traitor. I need him to be a traitor so bad because Eric Nam is a babyface and he is beloved in Korea.
Look at Tara Lipinski. She's America's skating sweetheart. I mean,
Tara would be a little bit too obvious. Colton would be super obvious if he was a traitor. Oh my God, that boy cannot do nothing. No, and everybody wants him out already. Dorinda would be obvious. I think Eric or Stephen Coletti, those two, wouldn't be obvious. Wouldn't be obvious at all. And I think next episode they're probably gonna do a traitor, Kate and Phaedra type traders reveal of like, you're a traitor, I was a traitor, like, right? Because remember Phaedra was like one of the last ones and then they revealed that Kate Chastain was one, like, chef's kiss. But yes, Traitors, amazing show.
Yes.
I'm gonna speed through a couple other things. Real Housewives of Potomac season finale aired. Karen Huger sat down and pretty much revealed that she is like a narcissist. She didn't watch her footage. She claimed, her drunk driving footage. She claimed that it wasn't alcohol that was the problem that night. It was pills, and that she didn't want to say which pills it was on because she could be sued. She said that when she was in prison, she led the NA meeting. She also said that she didn't see the footage of her arrest until after she got to rehab, which is crazy because you're going to prison, which is why she didn't want to take a plea deal because she really didn't know. Again, she just told
herself, right?
No, she was with a lawyer, but Karen,
yeah, she's a mess.
Yeah, she's a mess. But we get the reunion starting next week, and that's gonna be interesting. Also, one of my favorite shows came back last night, Summer House. Summer House, and then their spinoff was announced. So Summer House is getting a spinoff called In the City, which is going to follow some of the cast in the city because they live in New York. But Summer
Mhm.
House came back last night. Let me tell you right now, Kyle and Amanda Batula had no choice but to announce that they were getting divorced. I watched them two people snipe at each other in a way that I'm like, yo, you don't like each other. Like, you know how some like two people argue and you're like, oh, I can see they still love each other, they still like each other.
Right.
Like they're just arguing.
Right.
He was like, she doesn't love me anymore. She doesn't take care of me. She doesn't want to ever hang out with me when I come home. And she's like, Kyle, you go DJ, you stay out till like 6 a.m. At one point she was in bed and she's talking to Sierra and she's like, Sierra, she's like, there are so many rumors about him. She's like, there's a new rumor about him all the time. She's like, I genuinely don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care anymore.
Right.
At dinner, like, the cast was asking Kyle, like, the newbies, because they have, like, I think 4 newbies this season. They were asking Kyle, like, oh, how did you become a DJ? And Amanda was like, he literally became a DJ because I asked him to stop staying out. And he also got mad that she started a swimsuit line. So he was like, I'm going to be a DJ just because. Like, the two of them are just, like, insane. Like, insane. Insane. But we got to end the show soon.
Yes.
Let's get to our last 2 segments. What's your current internet obsession?
I think I told you last week I was watching School Spirits, and I did watch. I started the episode that got released this morning, last night, whatever. But I actually didn't get to finish it. But I will tell you, there are so many questions that get answered, and also so many more questions that get put out there. And I love it. It's driving me nuts. But I don't know. I don't really like, I've been stuck on that now that it's back out. What about you?
I finished my 3rd K-drama. I can't stop. I don't understand why when I say they're not even good. They're not even that good. Except for Lovely Runner. Lovely Runner was fantastic. I laughed, but
They
I
are
finished
your
my
train
third one.
wrecks.
They're so good, but they're so bad because like the cringiest part is when they start speaking English. Like one of the actors in the last one I watched, he grew up in Canada, so his English is a little bit better, but it was just still watching him. I'm like, why are you speaking in English right now? Please speak Korean. I'm begging you. Like, please.
I want to read what you're
you.
saying, please.
Like, I'm begging you, please stop speaking in English. I actually saw a post on TikTok that was like the most embarrassing, the most like hilarious thing is when K-drama actors start speaking in English. And it's like, please stop, please stop. But yeah, no, I finished my 3rd K-drama. It's called Business Proposal. It's on Netflix. It was cute. It was really cute. It was really fun. It was like, okay, I can see it here. But yeah, no, I'm still on K-dramas. I'm sorry, that's about to be my whole personality, especially now.
So
yeah, honestly, honestly, I'm about to be insufferable for the next couple months. BTS is coming out with a new album. Like, I'm about to be insufferable.
That's all right. I tried to explain who K-pop demon hunters are to Dominic. I was like, well, it's a movie, honey. And he's like, no, they sing a song. And I was like, well, there's a band. It's a girl group. I said, and they are characters in the movie K-pop Demon Hunters. I said, but that's not the name of the band. He's like, well, what's the name of the band? I was like, I don't know. What is it?
Huntrix.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just know. Okay, so just know in K-pop, I'm just. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. This actually, you know what? This will be
okay.
This will be your Gen Z thing. I'm not playing K-pop to Christy. K-pop is literally just America repackaged in Korean. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, it's like boy bands and girl bands, but South Korean.
South Korean.
Obviously,
literally anything American is repackaged. Number one, they're all obsessed with Red Dye 40. I don't understand. They love hot Cheetos. They love hot Cheetos and Takis. Okay. You really only need to know certain bands. BTS is the biggest band in K-pop. Blackpink,
Mhm.
Twice, and EXO. You really need to know those 4.
Okay.
Blackpink, BTS, Twice, EXO.
EXO.
Those 4. Yep. There's one company that is I call the evil empire. That's SM Entertainment. We don't like them.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Are they another
They're
group?
bad. No, there's just an entertainment company.
Oh, okay.
They just suck. They suck so bad. They're just terrible.
They represent Korean bands?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They like created the whole K-pop system, and then they acquired a bunch of companies, and they become a monopoly. They're just I can go to a whole
empire.
Yes,
Okay.
they're an evil empire. They're like the Patriots of K-pop.
Right. Gotcha.
Like they win, but you're like, God, I'm sick of them winning.
Right.
And BTS is kind of like trying to think of like what's a newer franchise that's just started winning that overtook the Patriots. They're kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
BTS is like the Kansas City Chiefs. Like
they became like a new dynasty, kind of like. Okay.
Yeah, so SM Entertainment and all their groups is the Patriots. The Patriots, like a dynasty that's been there for a bit, that you're like, God, I hate that you win, but you're so talented, and I can't even like lie that you're talented. And
Right.
BTS is the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's like, I liked you when you first started. You really worked hard, but now
you're getting
you're kind of getting annoying, right? They're and it's really the fan bases. The fan wars are kind of crazy.
Okay.
But then you'll have like a middle ground, and that's JYP, and that's his groups, which is like Twice. Twice is JYP. Well, I would say Twice and Blackpink are like in the middle. They're kind of like they're like the 49ers. That's Twice. Twice is like the 49ers. They're always consistent. They're always there. They're gonna go through a little stumble, but they're there.
Right.
And then Blackpink is the Cowboys. They're like, why do you get so much attention? Like you're getting a lot of attention. You're really famous.
Yeah,
everybody is right. Everybody in your group is famous. You're very famous, but then you start looking and you're like, but Twice or San Francisco should be a lot bigger than the Cowboys / Blackpink. Oh my God, this is a great analogy. I
love this. I completely understand it. As long as you use football for me, I understand everything.
Right. So then you have the lower tier groups, and that's like your Pittsburghs, like they're classic. They've been there for a while. Like you're creeping up there. You're considered. You're sitting like you're considered like, oh, you've been here.
Right.
And then you have your like Browns and like K-pop has that like you have the Browns. I would say I'm trying to figure out who would be the Browns in K-pop.
Obviously one of the worst.
17. No. 17 would be the Browns of K-pop, of like they're so beloved and we want you to be so successful, and they're very successful when they're there. But their company sucks so bad, and they put them in so many bad predicaments.
They need new representatives.
Like, exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
They need a new head coach.
Yeah. So when I explain it like that.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. But yeah,
awesome.
Gen Z word phrase of the day is teaching Christy about K-pop. Yep.
With football.
Christy, we've been on for an hour and 23 minutes.
Oh no, 24 almost. Like it's been a long time. We've been talking about that.
Yeah. Move on. Happy National Women and Girl.
Yeah, happy National Women and Ladies and Girls Day.
Like we are. Yeah, we're amazing. God. I'm gonna put this on the screen. This should be.
That's so sweet.
I don't know what's in the air today. I don't know why I've been hit on like 4 times.
Is it a full moon? Because Dom said like traffic was crazy. There was an 11-car pileup on one of the routes to his job this morning. There was another road got shut down because of an accident this morning. Is it a full moon?
I don't know. It's just so much. But
got once.
Yeah, there's just So much going on. So much going on. But as you guys know, please like, follow, subscribe on Inside Edge Network. Again, happy belated birthday, Double A. We all pushed in, got him a nice birthday message. I had to send it after my niece's birthday party.
Oh, you look gorgeous.
Yeah, I
you
looked pretty
amazing. Your face was all done. I was like, ooh, look at Autumn. Who's she going out with tonight?
I wasn't impressing nobody. Oh, I was celebrating a 1-year-old's birthday party. I wasn't impressing nobody.
Well, you looked very pretty.
Oh,
you look pretty all the time, but you didn't have your glasses
on,
and you had done a little bit of makeup. So
I may have taken my glasses off at that time.
Yes, you did.
Again, like, follow, and subscribe Inside Edge Network. We are on Inside Edge Network every Wednesday live at 7:30, or try to be live at 7:30.
Right around 7:30.
Right around 7:30.
We're women.
Yes, and of course, follow us at Jersey Chasers Pod on Instagram. Follow us at Jersey Chasers wherever you get your podcast. We've been posting, but we're everywhere. We love you guys.
Yes.
Have a good one. We'll talk about the Super Bowl on my birthday next week.
Yes.
We love you.
Can't wait to celebrate your birthday with you.
Oh, thank you. Bye, guys.
Hasta la pasta.